Hello, BookTube. I wanted to give you a quick reminder of an event that's coming up and also ask some questions. I was thinking about spending huge amounts of time looking around at YouTube tutorials or reading up on something, and I realized before I do that I could just ask. I have all of you to talk with, and my comments fields are wide open. So first, the reminder. It's something I mentioned on this channel before. The Christian Science Monitor has a Facebook group, Booksbeat, and we did a couple of the young people in marketing and I did a test, a sort of a trial run of a live event, me talking to the camera just like I am doing now, only going out live, with comments that can come in real time. And it did fairly well. It did well enough for them to think that we should try it again. So they made a poll of 3 possible topics that I could talk about on Thursday, July 26th. From 2 to 3 Boston time. And one of the options of that poll, as I mentioned it once more on this channel, was for me to enthuse about various August books that you shouldn't miss, or tell you about them anyway in case they interest you. And that one won. I think the poll is now closed, and that option won by a handy margin. So, on Thursday, July 26th, from 2 to 3 Boston time, there will be a live event on the Booksbeat Facebook group of the Christian Science Monitor. I'll try and remember to put the link down below, so you can just go over and either look at it and see whether or not it's for you, or sign up. It's a lot of fun. If you ask even a simple book question, you will get lots and lots of responses, recommendations, questions, clarifications, that sort of thing. And live streams are fun. The better we can do it, the more advance warning, the more people, the more interaction, the better. I wanted to remind you that July 26th is when I will be live on the Facebook group for the Christian Science Monitor, and I also wanted to assure you, I made a promise back when this poll was still active and all these options were up in the air. I made a promise that if the August books option won out, I would not let it preempt my August 2018 TBR BY, where I would ordinarily get in front of the camera and enthuse about August releases. I assured you then, and I assure you now, there are more than enough interesting August books to split in two. So I will talk about a list of August books on the 26th live on the Facebook page, but I will, days later, I will talk about a different list of August books here on this channel. So you'll have twice as much strain for your TBR, twice as much strain for your book buying budget, but you won't have to look at one or the other, because you'll get both. That's the reminder. And then the question that I had, I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now, and it's the more I think about it, the more I like the idea, but it comes up against one of the constant limitations of this channel, which is my lack of technical expertise. I would like I wonder if you would be interested in me doing live interviews with authors. In that arrangement that you've seen on many, I'm sure you've seen them on many YouTube channels, I have as well, where you've got one person on one side and one person on the other through Skype or FaceTime or something like that. Only in addition to having the live conversation, they're also recording it. I've seen that arrangement on so many YouTube channels that I find it hard to believe it's technically daunting. So I'm wondering, if I find out that that's possible and that I can actually do it and manage to make it happen, would that be something you would be interested in if I were to add that to this channel, interviewing authors, talking with them about their books and about books in general? I would love to do it. I absolutely love talking to authors. But I don't want to, as is always the case with this channel, I don't want to post content that you're not interested in. None of you Weisenheimers pipe up there, okay? I don't want to knowingly, ahead of time, post content I know already you're not interested in. I'm not all that concerned with boring you in the day-to-day. But it occurs to me that this channel is a nice size. There's a nice number of people who subscribe to this channel. There are also a nice number of people who watch and engage. I think that a number of authors would be interested in especially if they don't have to leave their house. I think a lot of them would be interested in doing one of those split-screen conversations for 20 minutes about whatever their new book is. So those are the two purposes of this video. One is to remind you that I am going to have another live stream. This one has more preparation. I'm hoping that more people will show up. It's a great topic. You all know how much I love talking about upcoming releases. And that will be on the 26th of July from 2 to 3 Boston time. And the other one is just, should I do live author interviews? And if you're all interested in that, then how are we going to help Steve to be able to do that? It can't be that hard. And yet I feel certain that it's beyond me at the moment. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to give it a try and see how easy it is. If it turns out to be relatively doable, oh God, I could do one a week easily. With the number of authors that would love to talk about their books to an audience, it's not just an audience. You're all the BookTube audience is so incredibly bookish and committed to books that I think a lot of them would jump at the chance. So this is sort of an informational video, those two things, and I'll leave the links down below. So I'll wrap this up for now, and we'll get back to talking about books. Thank you, BookTube.